Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Mind your business. Only on Money FM 89.3.
Good morning and thanks for joining us on The Breakfast Show. It's Mind Your Business with me, Audrey Seek. Now, once upon a time, workplace management meant desks, lighting, and maybe a well-equipped pantry. Today, though, it's about data, design, and the employee experience to make people actually want to come back into work. As hybrid work reshapes how and where we work, companies across Asia Pacific are rethinking their spaces. In fact, 58% say they're planning to boost investments in workplace design and fit-outs over the next 5 years. But what tech is driving the shift? What data really matters? And how are organizations using space to empower people? To help us unpack all of this, we're joined by Jes Singh, founder and managing director of DVI Solutions. Jes, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Audrey. Iman, thanks for having me here today.
It's great to have you. Very excited to talk about workplace solutions. Of course, this is a big thing for many of us who go to work. So let's start with the big picture, Jes. You know, workplace trends have been evolving for many decades, but especially after COVID, we know that really turbocharged, different shifts that we've been seeing. What changes have you seen in the last few years when it comes to workplace tech and design, especially with hybrid work kind of becoming the new norm now?
Okay, thanks for the question, Audrey. So what we have seen is now we have flexible work arrangement and hybrid working. So the tech in most offices, prior to COVID, what we used to have, we walk into a room, you use a laptop, you plug to a monitor and you do your presentation.
Yeah.
So we were just dealing with everybody in the office. But post-COVID, the dynamics of the workforce changed. The dynamic of the workplace also changed. Now we had to work with people who were remote and in office. So naturally, there had to be a lot of collaboration, productivity. So companies started investing a lot in workspace technology. So where you go in there, you wirelessly do your presentation. Unlike prior to that, you just go in, you had to use laptop, connect wires. But post-COVID, most of them was like wireless solution. You could bring your mobile, and it was also different kind of workforce you were dealing with. That was a bit more mobile. So there were a lot of video collaboration where you go in, you can do your video collaboration with remote participants. And it was also important with the tech that people who working remotely and in office, they felt inclusive and they could collaborate better.
Yeah. So when it comes to this workplace tech, we hear a lot about companies wanting to create the employee experience that attract and retain talent. From your view, what are the main drivers pushing businesses to invest more in this workplace tech? Is it about productivity or are there deeper motivations?
The driving factor for this was the most important to a lot of stakeholders was engagement, user engagement, how they can get them engaged, how can they get them with remote and in-office participants. So like I said, prior to COVID, you go in, you had a desk, you move to your desk, you sit at a desk. But post-COVID, we didn't even have a desk. So that has to be seamless, how you can walk into an office, you can book a desk, you can use the collaboration tools to participate with remote participants and hold more collaborative meetings with them.
Okay. Yeah. So what are
So engagement was a very important factor.
Yeah. So what are some of the most common hurdles you see companies face when they try to bring in new workplace tools or to redesign their spaces for more flexible ways of working? Where do they hit a wall?
So the biggest challenge is companies doesn't know how much technology to deploy. I have certain number of rooms. Should I be deploying the tech in all rooms, or should I be deploying maybe say I have 100 rooms, I deploy 30% of the room? And the other factor that they were concerned about was underutilization.
Yeah.
So I invest so much in the technology, but it's not being used. So that was a big challenge that a lot of companies face. And second challenge that companies faced was post-implementation. So after we implement, will they be using? So it was very important for DVI that the system had to be intuitive, was easy to use. The last thing you want users to come in, because this is all new way of doing meeting, new way of collaboration, to start meddling with the technology.
Okay.
So we also went a step ahead. Before our clients deploy such technologies, we will invite clients to our experience center. So we have an experience center in Singapore, Jakarta, Manila. Let them experience the technology, understand their needs, and tailor solution that will meet their pain points.
All right, so let's dive a little bit more into DVI Solutions. Can you tell us more about what you and your team do? How does DVI fit into this whole ecosystem of digital workplace management and design?
So DVI is more into hybrid workplace technology and also into workplace tech. So a lot of clients also had pain points. They needed data. This was a new norm of working. They needed data. We went into workspace technology where we have sensors that able to provide clients with data, things like occupancy, meeting occupancy, space utilization. So with this data, client will able to make decision how to right size their office, whether to build more meeting rooms, more collaboration spaces. That was what they did with the workspace tech. From the perspective of collaboration tools, we had more collaboration tools fit out to meeting rooms. We start small with the client. So as we go on, the client sees the need, the requirements, and we were also able to provide client with data. When you're going in there for a meeting, whether are you doing a video meeting, a collaboration meeting, or was a discussion, or was just a plain presentation meeting. With that data, our client were able to make informed decisions.
Okay, so you're taking and collecting data that you guys collect from that company, and that you can then utilize that data to see how you could reshape and rebrand and like redesign an office space, basically.
Yes, precisely. So client needed this data at a quick time. Like I said, prior to that, they had all this data, but after COVID, everything changed. So they needed data quickly. So we were able to pull information from the devices that are being used in the room. And client uses this data, say, for 8 hours a day. Was this a normal discussion meeting? Or was it collaboration meeting where you do with remote participant? And we even gave client data for room occupancy. So in a meeting room, you build an 8-pax meeting room, but there are only maybe 4 of them. So they needed such data that should they build bigger rooms, should they build smaller rooms. So this data actually helped the client to resize their office.
Okay. What sets you guys apart in this space? Because I do believe that you guys have some competitors as well who also are able to collect this kind of data.
So one thing that stands out for us compared to our competitors is that we not only provide collaboration tools, we also went into the workspace. So we went in more into the user experience. User experience was very important for us. So after all this, I think a lot of clients were coming back with user experience. We created the workplace tech, providing our clients with the data that not only work in silo, collaboration was a silo, workspace was a silo.
Yeah.
We brought it together and we stitched that to provide them a single pane of dashboard that gives them the information to make informed decisions. And the other thing that sets us apart, we expanded regionally very aggressively. I think today DVI is in 10 countries.
Wow.
So one of the driving force for us was we wanted to give our clients the same user experience across the region. So assuming you're in a Singapore office, you travel to a Manila office, you get the same user experience from the tech perspective and from the workspace.
Yeah.
So you do not have to relearn the equipment. I think the phobia a lot of them have is when you walk into a room, you travel to a new office, you have to relearn the system.
Yes.
So I think one of our biggest achievement was we were able to do standardization for our clients across regionally.
Okay.
Yeah, so that makes us stand out from our competitors.
Okay. So you talked about being able to standardize, and you work with a mix of industries and, of course, across the region. So how do you tailor your solutions to meet the unique needs of, say, a bank versus a creative agency or a university?
Our clients are quite diverse, so anyone who has a meeting rooms or spaces for collaboration, that most of them are our clients. So how we do is we understand our client pain points. So be a retail industry, for example. A retail industry, probably they need to know Q analytics. All right, more on analytics, or they need to know that certain areas, how they can do better crowd management.
Yeah.
So once we understand the pain points, we'll go back work with our in-house consultants who will propose a solution. How can we help the client to provide Q analytics, better crowd management with our workspace tech. So for collaboration, similarly for collaboration, understanding our client pain points, things that the users are not able to collaborate or what are the pain points, we will tailor the solution that meet the client's requirement.
Okay.
So it's not a cookie cutter thing that Every client is very unique. Every stakeholder is very unique. Every organization works differently. So everything is more like customized solutions for different clients.
Okay, got it. So when it comes to workplace redesign, right? Not every company can, rip out their ceilings and rebuild their office from scratch, right? What are some smart, cost-effective ways for organizations to upgrade their workspaces without a huge overhaul? Like when you get the data and you have an idea of how to maximize the space, are there small steps that these companies can take, or does it have to be gotta start from scratch here?
Oh, yes, definitely, Audrey. So what you can do, you don't have to rip the walls up and things like that. So what you can do, you can start with very basic setup, which is like things like what we call BYOD, meaning to say bring your own device. So you run a meeting instead of walking to a room and doing a one-touch meeting, you bring a laptop in, you connect, and you get connected to the devices, leveraging on the existing devices, you are able to run your meetings. From a workplace perspective, you have things like, you can invest in modular furniture, which you are able to reconfigure spaces, operable walls which can move from, assuming you have a 10-pax meeting room, operable walls can open up and connect it to a town hall. So you have different kind of spaces for different applications.
Okay. So can you share one example of a company that you think really got it right, where they managed to redesign their workspace and they adopted your new tech, which made a clear impact on their productivity and their culture?
Yes, there are a number of companies, but I won't be able to disclose most of our companies as we have a lot of NDAs. So we started with some of these organizations. We started in Singapore, for example. We did proof of concept. We helped them to design from technology perspective. And we had the users coming in, different BUs experiencing the solution. And one, it was okay. And we start doing rollout. And today we have rollout to 5 different countries.
Wow.
So the user experience, rather than collaboration, user experience was also very important, and post-implementation, because how you can manage the system better.
Yeah.
From workplace tech, a lot of our clients who invested in technologies like this, we help them to save energy, some of improve productivity, collaboration. Space is one of the biggest costs to a lot of corporate real estate. They were able to right-size their meeting room. We had clients who had big meeting rooms. One of these clients I'm talking about had a lot of big meeting rooms, which was like 10 packs. They resized, I think, 40% of the room to like a 4 packs rooms.
Wow. So
they realized with the workspace data that we provided them that they are able to resize to smaller rooms. There was more a need for smaller rooms. As they had a lot of remote meetings rather than in-office meetings.
All right.
Yeah.
So looking ahead, what are the emerging trends that you think will shape the future of workspaces over the next, let's say, 5 to 10 years?
The future for workplace trends, mostly a lot of corporate real estate are looking for sustainability is definitely one very important aspect. Everyone is trying to reduce the carbon footprint. So most of our clients are now investing in workplace tech or looking for real estate that is more into sustainability.
Yeah. All right. Well, giving us a look inside the future of the workplace and what kind of spaces people want to thrive in at work. Big thanks to Jes Singh, founder and managing director of DVI Solutions, for joining us this morning. Thank you so much, Jes, for chatting with us today.
Thanks, Audrey.
Great to have you on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stay with us here on Money FM 89.3.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.